Guys, how's it going, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brand new video. Yes, finally discussing Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. So here I was scrolling and trying to search for some news because honestly, it seems like a bare wasteland of just complete and utter silence as far as Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is concerned. But one thing that I did kind of get surprised by, that I don't know how I have not noticed this, and I'm hoping that many other people have not picked up on this, but I was on the pre-order page for the game over on Best Buy, and as I'm scrolling through that, I scroll down and it's basically describing the entire deluxe pack and what will actually be included in it. And that is 2 DLC packs for The Mandalorian, 1 DLC pack for Rogue One, 1 DLC pack for the classic characters, 1 DLC pack for Solo, and last but certainly not least, a DLC pack for the brand new cartoon series on Disney Plus, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. So at that point, the gears started turning and I was like, oh my goodness, why don't we make a video pitching the entire DLC pack or packs for this game? So I'm going to go on ahead and present to you guys 7 characters for each one of these packs, which on average, that's roughly around how many characters we get with every DLC pack in a Lego title. Again, sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's a little bit less than that. So I felt like a nice balance would be about 7 characters for each one of the packs. Of course, along with these DLC packs, I, along with probably the rest of the Lego game community, are hoping to also get a level along with each one of these. Now, with that in mind, I want to hear you guys listen to my pitch, and then after that, let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comment section below. Maybe I missed a certain character, maybe you think somebody that I missed should absolutely be included, so do not hesitate to let me know down in the comments section below. Also, let me know out of the entire packs here that I will go on ahead and pitch, which one is the one that you think is a must have. With that in mind, let's get rocking, let's get rolling, and let's do this thing. Okay, so we're gonna kick things off with the Mandalorian packs, and there are 2 of those to go through. So we're gonna kick things off. I'm already cheating right off the bat because I'm actually pitching 8 kind of characters for this one, because I'm gonna pitch Mandalorian in his OG armor, so that's kind of the more brown leather kind of costume that he wears in episode 1 season 1, and then of course we see him acquire the Beskar armor along with the jetpack and the spear. So I think that it would be really cool if we got both of those variations. You get the season 1 episode 1 Mandalorian, and then you get the ultimate form of Mando, where he's got the full Beskar armor, the Beskar spear, and has the jetpack, allowing him to actually fly, which would be really, really cool. So I think that is a pretty stellar way to kick things off. Then, of course, a no-brainer will be Grogu / Baby Yoda. That is, again, kind of an obvious one for a Mandalorian pack. I think it's a no-brainer that you would go on ahead and include that. After that, we have Queel. I don't know how to say his name. It's the I have spoken guy. That guy. Because again, you got to include him. Especially, I think, the way that I would divide it would be Mandalorian DLC pack 1 focuses on season 1. Mandalorian DLC pack number 2 is much more so leaning towards season number 2. So, then we have Greef Karga. Again, I feel like maybe he kind of belongs more in season 2 because I feel like he had a more prominent role in season 2, but I felt like I try to balance out the 2 packs. You'll see in terms of like star power to make sure that there is a good balance where it's like not all the really big hitter characters are in one pack. So I'm trying to like create a balance between the 2. Then after that, we have IG-11. Again, if there's any season for him to appear in or a DLC pack to appear in, it would be the first one. After that, we have Moff Gideon, of course. That's a no-brainer. And I feel like the Armorer would be a cool character to round out DLC pack number 1. So that is once again going to be the 2 armored Mandalorian, Queel, Grogu, Greef Karga, IG-11, Moff Gideon, and the Armorer for DLC pack for Mandalorian number 1. DLC pack number 2 for the Mandalorian will bring us Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Cara Dune, Bo-Katan, Casca Reeves, Mayfield, and this is the one that I know people are going to be like, really? Bruh. But I think really it would be kind of cool to have her included in this, and that is the Frog Lady. I think the Frog Lady was one of those characters that, at least for me, almost like stole the show in comparison to, at that moment, I felt like most of us thought, oh, you cannot get any cuter than Baby Yoda. Everybody's internet hearts were melting at the idea of Baby Yoda and Grogu. But then we saw the Frog Lady, who is absolutely the star of that episode. So I think that it'd be really cool to see the Frog Lady in Lego form. So there you have it. DLC Pack 1, DLC Pack 2 for The Mandalorian is now completed. We move along from there to Rogue One. Now, Rogue One was a lot easier to actually assemble just because you kind of go through the main cast of characters. So we have Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, Krennic, Chirrut Îmwe, K2SO, Baze Malbus, and Saw Gerrera. I think that's a really stellar pack of characters. I think that if you really think about the Rogue One, I think that kind of covers it all across the board. I know some people are going to say, well, what about the Rogue Troopers or the Scarif Troopers? Yes, those could be nice supplementary things, but I think that you can't give them priority over the actual like cast of characters. So that's why I stuck to the main characters themselves. I think it's a bit more appropriate to include those. From there, we're going to move along to Solo, which I only watched once, and I thought it was an okay movie. It wasn't a bad film. I think that it was kind of undeservedly raked over the coals in terms of like people just seem to bash that movie. But when I watched it, I was like, it's not a bad movie. I don't really see anything horrible about it. It just kind of was like there, like it didn't have anything overly exciting happen either. But once again, I tried to stick to the main cast of characters. So we have young Han Solo, young Lando, young Chewie, Kira, Tobias Beckett, Castle Operations Droid, and Moloch. Again, honestly, when I was thinking of the movie, literally the only characters I thought of were Han Solo, Lando, Kira, and Tobias Beckett. And then after that, I was like, I don't know who else to include. So what I did is I actually went ahead and searched up the Lego sets that Lego released for the Solo movie, and then I just looked through and I was like, ooh, that's a cool minifigure design, that'd be kind of cool to have, and I just pulled from those. From there, we then move along to the Bad Batch. Now again, with the Bad Batch, I've only watched the first episode, so I had to do a little bit of Googling and trying to figure out what characters could we include. I obviously included the Bad Batch itself. That gave us 5 characters, but we needed 2 others to round out the DLC pack. So here is whom we have. We have Echo, Crosshair, Hunter, Tech, Wrecker, and then to round out the pack is Omega and Lama Su. I think that makes for a pretty good cast of characters. I looked at the designs for Lama Su and Omega. They look like, first of all, they're new characters. I know that Fennec Shand appears in the Bad Batch. I know that Saw Gerrera, I believe, is rumored to be in the show as well. So we could have included those, but I feel like since I've got them in the Mandalorian and in the Rogue One packs, I think like there's no need to double dip with the DLCs. I think it's better to give us as many characters as possible so that we have as wide and as diverse as possible of a Star Wars universe. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Star Wars Classics DLC pack. Now, it's kind of difficult to decipher what does that actually mean, because how classic are we talking? What will that entail? Does that mean that they're going to go maybe base things on like the comic book designs, maybe on other properties of Star Wars? But the way that I interpreted it is more so just the Lego classics, because of course Lego has been releasing Star Wars sets for I think over 20 years now. So what I did is I went back and I basically took the most iconic characters and chose their very first Lego appearances. So we have these very kind of much more simplified designs for the figures. So we have Yoda, Vader, Han Solo, Luke, Leia, Lando, and of course, Chewbacca. I think that would make for a really fun pack, something that is really kind of an homage to the Lego Star Wars franchise, and in a way also, of course, gives a huge tip of the cap to the original fans of Lego Star Wars. So with all that in mind, there you have it, guys. That is the entire pitch for all of the DLC packs from me. Again, I also do hope that each one of these DLC packs will not just be a batch of characters, but instead a level pack to go along with each one, so that we could maybe have a really cool iconic moment from the Solo movie. We could have a really cool iconic moment, or moments even, from the Rogue One film, from the Mandalorian season 1, from the Mandalorian season 2, and the list goes on and on. Basically something that goes on ahead and gives you classic moments to recreate and play through from those particular franchises. I know what you're saying, Blitz, what would they do with the classics if your idea is correct? I thought it would actually be kind of cool if they went back and looked at a Lego commercial for Lego Star Wars and maybe recreated it in the game so that you could play through a Lego original Star Wars commercial. I think that could be a really fun idea. Let me know what you guys think. Again, we've got our fingers crossed, and we're hoping that at Gamescom in August is when we will next receive updates for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The next big update really that we're waiting on is the release date. That's the thing that we're currently all patiently waiting for. We were hoping to get that at LegoCon. We were hoping to get that at E3. It seems like those two have come and gone. So next is Gamescom, and that is where we're hoping to see some news for this game that we are all anticipating. Of course, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will most definitely hopefully see you guys here on the next one. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye bye, guys.